fence again. Brian was just asking this question yesterday. Whatever happened to that money to build the fence along the border? It was supposed to be two-tiered. But a new spending bill passed yesterday by the House means that this fence may only be one-tiered now, if it even happens at all.
Right. I mean, we got a 2,000-mile border, and they said, do it 700 miles. And it was in 2006, the president signed the Fence Act. How are we going to finance it? We'll worry about that in 2007. Well, yesterday, the $515 billion omnibus bill passed, including money to build a fence. But that is where the plot thickens.
It is. Democrats wrote the bill. And keep in mind, a lot of them don't want the fence ever built. So what they did was they pared it down. Originally, it was going to be two fences, two layers, because it's two-tiered, they call it, because it's harder for, you might get over the first one, but then in that no man's land between the two, somebody would probably stop you before you went over the next one. Well, now, under the new bill that passed last night, apparently Chertoff, the Department of Homeland Security Secretary, has complete discretion over what kind of fence to build and where to build it. And here's the part that gets me. They can't build the fence until the Department of Homeland Security meets with the Department of Interior, the Department of Agriculture, local governments, Indian tribes, and property owners.
That'll happen about 2020.
Exactly right. And it's all about reducing the impact of a fence. How do you reduce the impact of a fence that is just supposed to stop people from coming?
This two-tiered fence actually exists, I believe, near San Diego.
Yeah.
And there's an interesting report accompanying this morning, not related to, from the government's point of view, that the U.S. Border Patrol has seen a major rise in violent attacks at the border in San Diego. So it's up 80% apparently. Maybe the government should be reading that report to say, a fence might be a good idea.
Yeah, Duncan Hunter and Peter King, they're just like crestfallen. They say it's down to 370-mile fence, and they think they essentially, by looking at this bill and its details, said they've repealed the Fence Act. So they don't think it's actually going to get done. Michelle Malkin's got a column about this today. So a lot of people are down about actually building it, and also question whether the president even wants to build it. I mean, we remember the bill that he put out there.
They could have done it in no time. Going back to the videos,